everybody doing this Saturday morning? I ate too much, y'all. Like, so you saw I posted some vids and stuff. Hey, if you haven't subscribed, go over to Orthogonous American Arms and subscribe. He's got some better videos of mine, but I got tons of videos of like with Matt. Like, I'm not gonna post that because I don't want people to see like when I'm really getting down, like when I'm moving, like CQB rooms and all that kind of stuff. When they had tore all that down. I think I haven't been over there to see it with a CQB where we used to do this close quarter and the guys in the military and the police would train. I think they changed it out and we used to have these panels that we could take over there and make like different rooms and have somebody timer and go and the targets and yeah, I don't like people to see that, you know. When I came here from the res, I was like about 245 pounds. So I've lost a lot of my little love handles, and I see they're there. But, you know, when you eat fried bread about 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day, because fried bread is good. I haven't ate it in a long time. Since I left a year before I left the res, I stopped eating it because I blew back up to a pretty big weight, you know. Even teaching martial arts and stuff, you can see in some of my uniforms, I was standing there 5'10", like 255 pounds, you know, like, but, you know, we learned boxing for a thick trunk, you know, even with my back surgery, you don't want to get on the ground with a guy like that. Just trust me. You don't want to get hemmed up by a dude who doesn't have a big belly, who's got a pretty big, you know, 'cause I was a big guy, like, at one time. I mean, really big, 265, 70 pounds. Yeah, shoulders out. I mean, just big. 265, 70. I think close to I was 74 pounds, something 75, 74 pounds in New York. And I mean, yeah, it was intimidating when I walk around, but people watch me grab people up. So, you know, I have some video footage when I lived in New Jersey and in New York at ranges, working out, performing with dudes, you know. I just don't put those videos out there. That's not for everybody. Matter of fact, I've actually gotten rid of like about 30 of them because I know that now they really watch everything. So I'd rather them see me just, you know, pop. But we're gonna do something with the guys, you know, groupings and stuff like that. And I'm not in a competition. I know how to do what needs to be done. So unlike them, yeah, I'm well-rounded when it comes to that department. Unless they have secrets, and then I would tell them to be quiet because, you know, there's really no time that runs out on that. Go over there and give us a subscribe, you know, give us a like, share it. You know, we're saying that though we know who we are, it's not just for the well-being and protection of our families and everything, and against adversaries, tyrannical governments, or whatever. But it's good to have the training, and to get better. You know what I'm saying? Discipline, because there are times when because I'm at home, I know my gun's empty, and when I'm cleaning, I'm every kind of way. And sometimes at the range, you know, I can get a little complacent because I'm comfortable. I've got to always remind myself that no, booger finger off the trigger, well, that's not a problem. But gun down range, RB ready down, ready up. That's bottom line if you're outside. Never at nobody, never fan nobody. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead, share it, invite some people. I actually didn't I shared it on Facebook, but they got me down in 75. So most people aren't seeing myself, and they're saying, yo, Red, where you post that? I'm like, well, if you message me, go on my page and look. Oh, okay. You know, some people, not knocking or bad mouthing, but some people aren't together. All right, let's go ahead and read, and then I want to share some things with you about Henry Johnson, World War I, fighter, hell fighter, a few things. All right, let's go ahead. So we're gonna go ahead. Behold the pale horse, William Cooper. Okay, if anybody donate, I don't know, I didn't look. So if you did, I appreciate you. I'll send you some love, and I'll mention your name when I see the donation. And I appreciate it. It's still at $93, I believe. I don't want to look at it. So if you send it, I'll wait. You know, let me get this done. And whatever if we get that $275, then I'll tell you what books I'm going to order then. All right, got some. Hopefully, I don't know. They're not open today, but they do put stuff in the box. So I just always check on Monday. So hopefully Monday there'll be a bunch more books, and Tuesday I know the 16th I got a whole bunch of stuff coming. So, and I know some people are going, hey, on all the books, and not everyone use donating, and I got a ton of books. I'm sitting around a ton of books now, literally. Over there, right there by my dresser, I got like 22 books, between some combat boots, some jungle boots, some old green jungle boots, you know, books over there by the scratchy pole. I got to move him because he actually was standing on top of them. I don't want him to start scratching them brand new books. And I got a bunch of them by my nightstand and under my bed. And then on the stairs, I actually started putting 2 on each stair going down. It's just me. So it's like when I'm going up and down the stairs, it's like, that one's interesting. And I don't have roaches and mites and lice and bugs and all that. So, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have those issues here. Let's go ahead and get into reading. Who all came in? Shout y'all out right quick. Hey, beloved, what's going on, Rondo? Mikey Hill. I guess we got people on Saturday who came in and ran off, but I appreciate. Hope they come. Maybe they're sharing. I wish everybody would speak. But let's go ahead and get into this. When we last left off, we were talking about the MIT personnel who partook in that project to develop the computer model study for for what we were discussing. So let's go ahead and name these individuals. I think it's about 14 or 15 of them. And where they're from. So-called Dr. Dennis L. Let's turn this down a little more. It sounds like I'm in competition with the music, right? Okay. Dr. Dennis L. Meadows, Director, United States. Dr. Allison A. Anderson, excuse any of the names I might chop up. Dr. Allison A. Anderson, United States, Pollution. Dr. J. M. Anderson, United States, Pollution. Elias Bayer, Turkey, Agriculture. Like we need somebody from Turkey to agriculture. We would have. William W. Bethans, Illinois, the third, United States Resources. Farhad Hakamzada, Iran, Population. Okay, Dr. Stephen Harbaugh, Germany, Sociopolitical Trends. Judith A. Maschen, United States Administration. Dr. Donella H. Meadows, United States Population. Peter Milling, Germany, Capital. Namala S. Murphy, India, Population. Roger F. Nell, United States Resources. Jorgen Randers, Norway, Population. Stefan Shansis, United States Agriculture. John A. Seeger, United States Administration. Marilyn Williams, United States Documentation. And Dr. Edith K.O. Zahn, Germany, Agriculture. Every one of them foreign. And I don't care about the ones so-called in the United States. They're part of that Rosicrucian, however you pronounce it, that order, Roman order, whatever. And you see a number of them was population. Okay, think about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. When the study was completed in 1969, the United Nations Secretary General Youthant of the United Nations made this statement. Yes, Youthant. I do not wish to seem overdramatic, but I can only conclude from the information that is available to me as Secretary General that the members of the United Nations have perhaps 10 years left and wish to subordinate their ancient quarrels and launch a global partnership to curb the arms race, to defuse the population explosion, and to supply the required momentum to development efforts. If such a global partnership is not forged within the next decade, then I very much fear that the problems I have mentioned will have reached such staggering proportions that they will be beyond our capacity to control. Okay. MK Naomi was developed by the Special Operations Division, SOD, for those who don't know, scientists at Fort Detrick, Maryland, under the supervision of the CIA. A reference to the project MK Naomi can be found in the intelligence community by Fayed et al. Boker, 1977. Okay. Lieutenant Colonel James Brickz was a member of the Special Operations Division of the Department of Defense, the commander of U.S. Special Forces in Latin America, and the principal agent for the National Security Council's Super Secret Intelligence Support Activity, ISA. Okay. Sounds familiar? Okay. Which hatched the illegal groups known as Yellow Fruit and Sea Spray, and the Congressional Relations Chief Fox for the Pentagon. Lieutenant Colonel Brickz claims he didn't know of any illegalities in the military or in government until he was told by a drug lord in a third world nation, "I'm sorry, but I am not that easily duped." I recommended that we support his efforts as long as his efforts help us in compliance. I also recommend that we watch him very carefully. There is a slim chance that Brickz is legitimate, but I would not put my life in his hands. Now, Lowell Summer expressed his view. As a biologist, the human population explosion and its declining spiral of natural resources is to me the greatest threat of all. The time is ripe, even dangerously overripe. As far as the population control problem is concerned, we shall have to face up or ultimately perish. And what a dreary, stupid, unlovely way to perish on a ruined globe stripped of its primeval beauty. Now, many other population controls have been promulgated, and the reduction of the world's population to workable levels has been virtually assured. It is only a matter of time, and the problem will be to curtail further human reproduction beyond approved levels. Now, to handle that problem, the New World Order will adopt the Communist Chinese model of population control. It is the only population control program that has ever worked. Now, the old and infirm have been periodically murdered, and couples are forbidden to have more than one child. Penalties are so severe that families in China with 2 children are extremely rare. 3 children families are non-existent. A surprising byproduct is that Chinese children, as a group, are treated better than any other national grouping of children in the world, including the United States, which is a fact. Now, here, these foreigners kidnap our babies and the sex, murder, androcon, and all that other crap, experiments as well, and to raise children under the ground who come back and don't know who you are, and they're given a mission because they've been raised somewhere else, probably with a lot of beauty, and they gotta come up here and see all these dummies, and they have no problem acting accordingly, even performing right next to you in wars. Y'all just don't get it. Okay. Tobacco fields in the U.S. have been fertilized with the radioactive tailings from uranium mines, and resulting in a tremendous increase in the incidence of lip, mouth, throat, and lung cancer. If you do not believe it, just look at the incidence of lung cancer per capita before 1950 and compare it to the lung cancer per capita at the present time. Are those who smoke committing suicide, or are they being murdered? They're being murdered. Now, malathion, a nerve gas developed by the Nazis during World War II to kill people, is being sprayed heavily on population centers in California. I know about this back about 25 to 30 years ago in California. And the excuse used is that it was Indian fruit fly. You remember that? The tip-off is that the orchards are not being sprayed, only people. The helicopters come from Evergreen in Arizona, the CIA. And they have several different places, or maybe more. A known government and a suspected CIA base. The pilots are contract pilots furnished by Evergreen, and Evergreen has been named as one of the bases where drugs are flown in from Central America. The city of Pasadena passed a law making it illegal to spray malathion within the city limits, and the law was ignored, and the city took no action. When the people of California literally revolted against the spraying of malathion, the governor of California stated that he did not have the power to stop the operation. What higher power is there that could prevent a governor of a state from halting the spraying of an insecticide? That's why I say we're supposed to have every weapon that the military has, because we would shoot down the damn planes. That is why we have all these moms demand action. They need to be put on a boat and sent on an island and told to stay there with their children and see how well they fare, or get the hell up out of our country. Now, a warning was issued to cover up automobiles and belongings because malathion could destroy paint and some plastics and other property. People, they said, would not be injured. It is a lie. Heart disease used to be a very rare illness. Now it is an epidemic. Go and look at the statistics. I do not know what is causing this, but 80 years ago, people consumed more salt, fat, cholesterol, and everything else that heart disease is blamed on, but the disease was rare. Why is it now one of the leading killers? You got to look at the anti-caking agent that I told you all about yesterday. The fact that they're using human bones from liquefied, for flour and everything else, and the cornbread and all that stuff you buy. In the state of Colorado and elsewhere, dioxin is turning up in the drinking water in alarming levels. We know that there's 1,000 more than that now. It should not be present in any amount. Where is it coming from? Dioxin is one of the deadliest chemicals known to man. Colorado citizens attempting to do battle against the dioxin contamination are met with doors, denial, closed, it should say closed, it says dozed, but closed doors, denial, and attacks on their characters. We have watched the news in horror as story after story unfolded, revealing that the Army and the CIA had released germs and viruses into the population to test their biological warfare capability. In light of what you have learned in this chapter, you should know now that it was really to reduce population. It is a matter of public record that investigations into cover-ups of radioactive leaks into the atmosphere and into groundwater have revealed that some leaks were not accidental, like Chernobyl, or over in not accidental at all. Saboteurs, certain individuals for secret parts of the government who work in unison, but were purposeful. Some areas of the country have now such a high rate of cancer that virtually everyone who lives in these areas will die other than a natural death. The true extent of radioactive gases, waste, and toxic material, especially cesium-137, strontium-90, uranium-mine, and mill-tailings, thorium-230, and radium-226, and radon-222 that have leaked or have been purposely planted in the atmosphere, soil, and groundwater is far beyond anything you or I can imagine. Every investigation has revealed that the true figures regarding radioactive leakage are much larger than official figures, and the real number may never be known. Cover-up has become standard operating procedures. That's SOP, for those of you who, like myself in the military, know. At all levels, and in all departments of government, do we dream reality, or is reality a dream? Now, according to Dr. Eva Sneed, the San Francisco Bay Area has one of the highest cancer rates in the world. The San Francisco Bay Area has been revealed as one of the primary test locations of the Central Intelligence Agency's biological and chemical programs. You may recall that Legionnaire's disease was an experimental bacteria released into the wind on the San Francisco Bay from a government-operated boat. San Francisco is also one of the 6 known inoculation sites for the CIA project MK and Naomi, AIDS. That's what it is, people. The Bay Area was headquarters for Dr. Timothy Leary, who introduced the drug culture to American youth under CIA project MK Ultra. I'm going to stop at that. It gets much more perverse. Oh, it gets good. So I hope you're not too frail. Okay? And we will pick this up again later. I want to read more of this because I've read quite a bit. I sit up on his bed, call it my Sabbath, but I like to watch cartoons to go way back to see things that I didn't see before. I have saw so many things in Acme, Bugs Bunny, the violence, knowing certain things that were sprayed in the 70s that made certain cities erupt. From the 60s, and the Westerns, certain midnight movies. When rape wasn't a big thing with us, I started looking at Love Affair and all those kind of movies in the 70s. And then rape became a thing in the 80s, like off the chart. You see what I'm saying? And the drugs. So next one, read. Once you quantify it with a lot of the things that you see going on. Now, what did I want to speak on? All right, let me address a few things. Boy, they was stuffing me yesterday, man. I was like, God, dog, boy, the bathroom, my prostate, everything's going to hate me. My teeth. First, let's talk about Sergeant Henry Johnson. Why am I speaking about a World War II hellfighter, a brother fighting in Germany? Because that was an experiment in itself. You know, it's well known that most of the wars, of its recent ones, our people never really got R&R in Korea and everywhere. We were the most fighting individuals, always in the front. Out of 100%, the majority of the people who are always on point are the most sent out, comparable to the numbers expressed in the military fighting in country, whether it be 40 or 45% of us were always the ones in the front. The first to get wounded and killed. But what they never tell you about is exemplary fighting to which they saw. The fact that our people were fragging. What changed in Vietnam? A lot of pale skins got scared and tired of seeing how these niggas was killing along with Spanish brothers right beside us. Mexicans, it doesn't matter, Puerto Ricans, whatever, fighting right beside us. And they was like, we cannot curtail this, regardless of the coon niggas, you know, and the sellout spics who sit there and fought with the pale skins, the racists. Not all pale skins were down with that, y'all. Y'all need to understand that. So they weren't part of that. Like many melanated people weren't niggas, and many pale skins weren't, you know, and Latinos weren't spics and peckerwoods. But the no good ones, yeah. And there's no handful, all right, that just made it worse on everybody, attempting to belong to something that didn't exist. But how people was killing them. They got to the point they didn't care about getting locked up, BCDs and all that other stuff. I'm not advocating violence. I'm talking about history. Look it up. And they knew they had to come to an end because things were changing. People didn't want to come back from Vietnam. Some people even fought alongside the Vietnamese, fought the American. God dang right. They had enough. Oh, they don't tell you that, huh? Oh, that's right. Oh, what they do is they get some goofy ass Jew who fought in it to make a movie called Apocalypse Now. You don't pay attention. Just to calm everybody because they control the narrative. At least they think they do. So Sergeant Henry Johnson, honor recipient, some 97 years later by this worthless nigga called Barack Obama, all right? Henry Johnson's actions on the night of May 15, 1918 earned him the nickname Black Death, defending Allied lines. He saved a fellow soldier from capture and prevented a German raid from reaching his French allies. However, the United States refused to recognize Johnson's extraordinary actions because they're part of not all, but the ones in certain positions were part of the illusion. He killed 32 Germans without bullets, killed them and beat them to death. I mean, and was seriously wounded. He's one story out of thousands. Thousands. No, they'll give you a Navy SEAL or some Mars, like some special forces guy now. This is what he did before he succumbed and died, you know, when he was left behind, when we don't leave nobody behind. You dig what I'm saying? This is what you're dealing with, the delusion of the illusion, okay? I know cats who are in the streets who are good guys who carry 2 sticks. And when the bad guys came, they put all of them down and then they end up doing life in prison because the police were corrupt. And they put all 5 or 6 of them bad guys down coming to do harm to them and the family. And they weren't even part of the drug deal, but snitching because the police were involved on some governmental level. They locked them up for life. If they have not passed away, they have still been probably 30 or 40 years locked up, innocent. So they're not putting it all in there, but because of his injuries, work was difficult and he was not able to support himself and his family. These hardships led to the breakup of Johnson's marriage. Is that what it was? Or the fact that the sorry-ass, pathetic government, to which still stands, the lie of government, all right, chose not to. Okay, because of the stupid ass Peckerwoods and the Ashkenazis behind it. His wife and children left him. He died alone and penniless on July 1st, 1929 in Lenox Lewis, Illinois. That should speak volumes about who he really was. Stop fighting these motherfuckers' wars. If you got children in there, get them out. I don't care who they are. Who finally awarded Johnson with the Medal of Honor? Oh, here we go. Some 97 years. See, 97. I thought it was 95, but 97 said just in case for keepsake. Some 97 years after his combat service, the Defense Department reviewed Johnson's records and recommended him for the Medal of Honor, to which they already knew, the faggots. It was presented by President Barack Obama in 2015. We are a nation of people who remember our heroes. They didn't remember shit then. Obama said during the Medal of Honor ceremony at the White House, that traitor's nigga, it was given to him. He probably didn't even want to do it. Why we got to get that nigga a medal? Well, we need to calm the brothers, the people who've been talking about, and the Belskins who sit beside us, who fought and remembered him. Who, many of them told his story. So stop thinking all Belskins are bad. Stop thinking all our Spanish brothers are bad. Some of them originally from here because of them speaking Spanish and how they look. Y'all have a hard time because you're still following goofy niggas who live from Chicago, Detroit, and all them different places. We orthogonous, and they're doing their half-ass research, and you go and watch and pay attention to them, and you can't make heads or tails of anything because they keep you in confliction and confusion. Well, I'm here to pull you out of that. Attempting to do my best with some of you, y'all. Some of y'all just lack rationalization and morality. Now, the American Colonization Society. What do y'all know about that? Don't go running your mouths all at one time. The American Colonization Society, initially the Society of the Colonization of Free People of Color of America until 1837, was an American organization founded in 1816 by Robert Finley. Look up Robert Finley. To encourage and support the immigration of freeborn blacks, and emancipated slaves, to which there were none, to the continent of Africa. Now, the American Colonization Society, ACS, was formed in 1817 to send free African Americans, to which that term was not even there, but it's in the Library of Congress today as of, what year did they put that in there? I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure the date when they update, because they update everything. They try to hide a lot of things too. 2000, what is it? 2000. I don't know if it was 2002 or 2012. Anyway, it's recent. There was no such thing, because in the original letters I read when I was in high school about that, Negroes. Never the word mentioned African American. Never. All New Age bullshit. This is what they do because they think they have the power. The pen is mightier than the sword, people. And a lot of dumbasses and these stupid ass teachers teach this bullshit, who've been groomed to be ignorant, who don't know no better. Okay? I wish they would come over here and watch. I'd be like, y'all tear their ass up the moment they open their fucking mouth. That's why they sit there in the back quiet. December 30th, 2008, the Society's program focused on purchasing and freeing slaves. Okay, it was 2008 when they committed. I thought it was 2002, 2012, 2008. I say it's 2012. We're dealing with black past. So more confliction or confusion. More confliction for confusion. All right. Anyway, the American Colonization Society, 200 years of the colonizing trick. To Liberia. We created Liberia. It didn't even exist. All them people in Liberia, why do you think the flag looks the way it is? The majority of them are our ancestors. I know some people have a certain hard way with some of them look, but they're not them round pie face and long jawed droopy motherfuckers neither. All right? But they are mixed with a lot of folk. I know you have a hard time. A lot of them niggas from Europe who claim to be African now, okay, who don't even know their damn background. This is what we have. And why is Liberia such a shithole? And y'all want to listen to these goddamn dumbass Peckerwoods over here and these goddamn fake ass Jews? Y'all at war and don't even fucking know it. Excuse my language. There are some things that really don't get me, and it's not about feelings. I am so tired of hearing these worthless Umar Johnson niggas and and Sonettas. They'll never come over to me. You can invite them. I can tag them. They will never. From my days in Brooklyn and Bronx, they will never. I'll be the first telling Sonetta, nigga, I'm gonna give you some advice. Just like I told them drug head, them crackhead on the corner of them 3 apartments that moved out a week later when they realized, oh, it's serious than they thought. I ain't give a fuck about no age. That says I met up with a few guys in the basement over in Coney Island. We extrapolated. Stretch James, martial artist, he passed away some years ago. We used to train with the Guardian Angels, says got about 3 or 4 buildings, crack drug dealers. They got to go, the whole family. They were roused 3 or 4 times, wee hours in the morning. Week and a half later, they were gone. I tell Sonetta, I know you got hundreds of thousands, if not a few million, but I will buy you a plane ticket, bitch. You and that motherfucking whatever you married, if you ain't doing cracks no more, working for the feds, you need to go on and take your ass back to the Dominican Republic, nigga. My advice, get on it. Nobody's going to do that, and that's not a threat. That's an advice to get the fuck up off my land with your bullshit, like the rest of these abhorrent bastards. So anyway, just wanted to share that, but I'm not going to do that because he makes the game fun. That's a real feeling. Now, I wanted to read this to you because you see it. The theory of the communists may be summed up in the single sentence abolition of private property. Does that make sense? I just want to know, does it make sense to you? Do you see it now? Excuse me. How about what you see as the thumbnail? Something within you is reminding you that there's more to you, to who you are, and what you're capable of. Listen to it. Possibilities are being revealed to you, so nurture it. It doesn't mean walk around just think on it, because a lot of y'all don't know how to lament on shit. You never bowed down in fake prayer or anything else, seeking a better outcome, always getting the worse. I am expressing to you, you speak shit into reality. Don't fret or worry about the things I spoke about, what these motherfuckers are doing. That's what they need. They feed off of that in their ignorance. All right? Remember what I said about Tyrion? Being of the true Shemitic cloth, the physical. Not talking about no goddamn religion. Just wanted to share that with you guys. All right? Who all came up in here? We have some more brothers who open their mouths. My beloveds. Ha! What's going on, beloved? T Mac NYC. See your man. That's right. Oh, you still got it. That's what's up, family. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. I wish everybody would open their mouth and speak. I'm not, like I said, people be hitting you. You trying to stop? You asking a question like you worried about something. I'm not here to stop shit. It's going to stop. It's going to be stopped. It don't matter. The problem is when and how and how much damage before, when it don't even have to go that goddamn far. Them doctors I went to in Utah come to learn a lot. The bastards. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank goodness to the Ethiopian doctor. I don't mind. He was the only one there, so they know who he is. He's got his own practice. My advice to them is don't bother him. I wouldn't give a fuck if you sent a motherfucker 20 feet tall. Don't bother him. That's not to you. So anyway, that's to the knuckleheads watching and their influence. So we had a beloved brother of ours I know, talking about that woman who saw the eye do what I saw in 1987. And then somebody took a quick picture from a video where she has her hands down like this. When I'm doing Falun Gong, I do the same fucking thing. But they conscripted it to Baphomet, the as above, as below. No fucking shit. Because her hands was going out, she was talking, pointing, that motherfucker back there, but nobody took a picture of that motherfucker back there. What does that say? That he's the only one that got caught? Blinking out of character? Or not fast enough? See, people don't think. They marginalize themselves and equate everything to some fucking religious dichotomy because they're so early in seeing things. So it's not revealing itself. So they're stuck. Don't be stuck, people. Because you will miss every fucking thing. I told these punks, and it's on them. And that's what they are. Instagram, you better unfreeze my motherfucking account. Stupid motherfuckers. We're gonna play Ichiku Agaya. But hey, let's let them stay stuck on stupid. I couldn't even upload to my story on Facebook. I upload an Instagram, it goes right over to Facebook. And it was stuck. It was empty. Reload. I sent them a message. And all of a sudden the shit's loading. I'm not playing. I'm serious. I sent them motherfuckers a message. This is not bragging. What I'm saying is there's a reality that most people, the shit was stuck. There was nothing there. Now everything is there. It was saying reload. Screenshot is on that. Maybe I'll share it, but I don't have to prove nothing. Now everything is loading up. I don't go over this motherfucker reading people's shit. I don't give a fuck about Facebook. Okay? I like to share shit, and for those who are willing to pay attention, excellent. For those who are not, F you. You feel some kind of way, you want to come over and look, oh, that's James. You to have an ex-wife who's a cheating bitch. I'm calling her at the time because she still acts ugly, regardless of the fact that I love her. To have the nerve, we talking, this is what they do when they grow up around shit and they partake in shit probably. You crackhead. I was like, a crackhead as big as the fuck I am and who I am. Carol, Sorrel Bickham, appreciate the $10. I hope I didn't chop your name up. My apologies if I did. But I was like, what? I quit. I'm a person that can't stand even I can't even stand caffeine. See, make it make sense. Motherfuckers don't be thinking. They react and they think they're saying something that's damaging when they're doing damage to themselves. You can't make this up. She never paid attention, never went to the gym, worked out with me and shit. I'm always at the gym. Everybody knew it, Then I go and get drunk because it was easy to drink away and hide from who I was. It was easier, I don't like the word medicate, to drown my sorrows of what I was seeing and ignore everything. When I said, like Jonah, but more stubborn, I wasn't playing. The only vice I had was alcohol and chewing tobacco and time in the wilderness. Not an answer. It don't work out. It don't fix nothing. It don't help nothing. It doesn't make anything all right. That's their shit. People drinking right now, drinking bullshit. Ain't not one beer in a can, real. Not one bottle of wine, even when it says organic, and I love one organic wine, is real. It's got more bullshit in it. It might say no nitrites and no sulfites, but if it's coming out of California, you better believe it's hooky pooky the fuck up. Have you noticed? We're getting a lot of shit when New Jersey used to, and the East Coast used to be the Garden Belt, and New Jersey used to be the Garden State. Why is nobody paying attention to the simple shit? Synthetic beef, you can buy it as if nobody knew it was new. Synthetic chicken has been okay by this fake ass government, and they want to take and these stupid motherfuckers who got security sitting there because they're good fucking puppets, bought and paid for, sick dumb motherfuckers, probably getting an anti-growth, seeing how I felt. Oh shit! And y'all still listening to these motherfuckers? Y'all still debating and wanting to argue with them. Watch shit to make you feel good. You need something else to make you feel good, huh? Every day. I said ivory. Every day, ivory. Poor elephants. Every day, I come on here with some idiom of hope, utilizing the masses around you and their material. Because sometimes I could be a little dissuasive, and I'm not attempting to be. I'm attempting to knock your bullshit out and be persuasive. And I have this inclination that there's some form of hope. And inside, regardless of what I know, I'm always saying, no, there's no hope for these motherfuckers. There's no hope for these motherfuckers. I mean, this is keeping it street. You always say gutter. That's all. Educational purposes. I have to rally myself to what my conviction is. Isn't that sad? Me to fight against what I'm meant to do. I'm not in competition with myself, nor are you in competition with me. Trust me. Two inventions stole by this Irish fake motherfucking James from Invent Tech while I lived in New York. And one, I designed it, 1986 on the USS Nimitz. Got back home some years later, and my brother Dwight's going, remember that drawing? I was, what are you talking about? The clothing wear. I was a breakdancer. I was like, yeah. Yo, so I need to pick up some sweats and stuff. I'm going to take you to Foreman Mills over there off Main Street. So Main Street, East Orange, New Jersey, go to Foreman Mills. And want every fucking, what the fuck, my designs. So I don't share shit with nobody. Nothing. I gritted shit out on the computer. Got my little, had it laid out, and this motherfucker ran off with my invention. 2 of them. And people want to talk about who we are. Am I reading you material about what they were capable of and what they did? Who, how, regardless of how the story is laid out. But you don't want to see it. Well, my good sisters and brothers, I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to come back here shortly. We're at the 50-minute mark. I'm going to cut it. Mad love and respect. Bring some more people with you, all right? We're not doing the children's joints yet. When I get ready to do that, I'll let y'all know, all right? Waiting on more books. I want to get a bunch of them. When I start reading for the children, it's going to be nonstop for them. It's going to be beautiful. All right? You can donate for those books. I gotta order a couple more of my Uncle John Amos. John Amos. I gotta order a couple more of his books too. Probably needs the funds. I don't know. He's not broke, but anyway, I love and respect. 2 and 1, and I'll see y'all shortly.